Welcome again to my tens of friends. It is me, Teacher TJ, and today I will be reading a Reddit post. This Reddit post is from new slash feature 4148, titled Daycare. And it says, "Hello, my wife and I are new parents, and our 6-month-old daughter is in daycare. She was in a pretty big daycare center for a few months, but we ended up finding a lady who lives down the street from us who was willing to take our 6-month-old. She's cheaper, has ton of experience, 20 plus years, and she can focus specifically on our daughter, whereas the last place had 8 to 10 kids in each room. 6 months, 8 to 10 kids. They was out of ratio, I believe. Yeah, that's out of ratio, especially considering she was less than 6 months. But the problem, every morning I drop off my daughter. She kisses my daughter's face when I hand her over. ATA, am I the a-hole for letting that bother me? No, you are not. I have daughters, and when my babies were toddlers, the daycare that I went to, two of them went um attended that daycare as well. And one of the teachers found it necessary to kiss my daughter, and I was like, "Whoa." Now, I worked at said center, so I knew the teacher and I felt like she was a really good person, but not good enough to be kissing my daughter. So it like totally threw me off. So I asked my daughter, I spoke to my daughter. She was only about 3, maybe 4 at the time. And I was like, "Your teacher be kissing you?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, I don't know if I like her kissing you." And she was like, "It's okay." And I was like, and I kind of let it go because she was okay with it. And I spoke to her dad, and he was just like, "Oh, whatever." And I was like, "Okay, I guess it's okay." But me personally, I did not like it one bit. Now, being someone's mom, and I didn't like it, I will never kiss my students. Our baby's cheeks so like, you want to kiss them? Absolutely. Do I kiss them? No, like I just don't think you should be kissing other folks' kids. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Will I cheek a baby? Yes. Their cheek to my cheek, I will snuggle a baby cheek, and I don't wear makeup at school, at work, and I won't like my lips will never touch someone else's kid. I have never kissed somebody else's child, family included. For one, 6 month old, you kind of like babies break out so easily. It's insane. So to have a bunch of people kissing on your baby, you don't want that as a parent because once your baby face break out, then everybody's gonna be looking at you like, "Well, you don't wash your baby face." No, yeah, I do. It's just that everybody keep kissing her, you know. Now, are they gorgeous? Are their cheeks so kissable? Yeah, but should you kiss other folks' kids? I don't think so. That's just my opinion, but it is what it is. And let's see how everyone else feels. So one person says, oh, and this is a new dad asking. Jim Glamour and Glitter says, it's your daughter. If it bothers you, say something. Me personally, I come from a culture where when people see each other, they kiss each other on the cheek, so it wouldn't bother me. I'm not judging you. You have every right to say something to her. Just make sure that you're kind when you say it. Because I mean, I guess it's done out of love, but still, why are you kissing other folks' kids? That's just so weird to me. When I had my first child though, and I didn't even take my baby home yet. And this old lady walked up to my baby and tried to kiss it. I did not know this lady. It's like, why do people think it's okay to kiss your kids? I did not know this old lady. She walked up to my child, was like, "Oh, can I see your baby?" I was like, "Yeah." And I let the cover back because she was in her car seat. I was getting ready to go home. I had just had my baby. And she wasn't even a week old. And that lady literally tried to kiss my baby. I had to stop her. I had to stop. Whoa, what are you doing? Who are you? Like, why would you try to kiss somebody else's kid? It's so crazy to me. Why would you try to touch somebody else's child is insane. Different dash idea 8203 says NTA, but she was exposed to more in daycare than at Grandma Betty's forehead kisses for sure. Who said she kissed on the forehead? I say slap somebody that try to kiss your baby on the lips though. That's insane. Now the cheek, the forehead, okay. Nose, okay. But to kiss somebody's baby on the lips, slap her in the mouth. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'm not. But Desert Mermaid 92 says something as simple as a cold sore. I didn't even think about that. HSV1 can be fatal to babies. Wow, and kids. 2-year-old loses eyesight after being kissed by acquaintance. Stop kissing folks' kids. It's absolutely an unnecessary risk. Like, you're right, for real. You don't have to kiss somebody's child. Not worth it. OP, I suggest posting your question in New Parents or Beyond the Bump, where people responding are parents or parents to be themselves. It doesn't matter what the norm is in other cultures. I cut off the rest of their post. Yeah, I don't have it anywhere else. But yeah, wow, I didn't even consider that because people do be having stuff that can be passed through a kiss. So don't let nobody kiss your kids, I guess. Thank God my kids are older and didn't go through that. Slight underscore Citron underscore 7064 says NTA. She is 6 months old and her immune system is still developing. Kissing her, even on the cheeks, is a big health risk. RSV, HSV, etc. At the next drop off, before you hand her over, tell her, "We love how much you love Bethley, but our pediatrician says not to let anyone kiss her. So please, no more kisses. Hugs are still okay." And I like that she said pediatrician said, because a lot of times we don't want to say things, and the best thing to do is to put it on somebody else. And that is something a pediatrician would say. Don't kiss folks' kids. Moving right along. Okay, underscore step underscore 2359 says, "She's your baby, so you're well within your rights to draw whatever boundaries you feel necessary. If you're concerned about germs, moving her to Granny down the road was actually a good move. Daycare with a bunch of kids, especially when some of those kids attend school, is breeding ground for germs. I think the fact that she kisses your baby on the cheek just means that she's very loving with her child. You can tell her to stop, and she may when you're handing her over, but she going to keep on kissing her when you're gone. It's hard to resist cuddling a kid and kissing a baby, especially for a grandma." I cut that post off too. Prize dash chocolate 998 says, "Unless your daughter has an autoimmune disease or something that requires her to be extra protected from germs." YTA, I don't know what that means. You that people giving love and attention to our kids is wonderful and good for the well-being of our children and vice versa. Learning how to love, care for, have empathy, trust, etc. are all important things for our kids as they develop and grow. TA122278 says, "Unless daycare lady gets cold sores and passes HSV onto the baby, there's more than kissing to show a child love and attention. She doesn't need to share bodily fluids with her." Who said bodily fluids? It's a wet kiss? Faithlessness do 339 says, "So do you kiss every adult you know? Why is it okay to kiss someone's baby but not them? You kiss my baby, give me a kiss. Come on. Come on, grandma. Kiss me too. No, that's weird. It's weird. If they knew each other well and were good friends with this lady and she acts fine, but she's just the babysitter that they just started seeing. You can show love and care and empathy without kissing someone. I agree. You also need to teach kids boundaries and how to say no to inappropriate behavior. True. You don't want to teach your kids that anyone can kiss them. I agree with that too. I agree with that. Read a book 23 says, if you don't like it, speak up. Personally, I think baby cheeks are pretty sweet. Virgo underscore Meridian says, this is pretty normal in a lot of cultures. NTA. It's okay to ask her to stop, but it will feel weird to her most likely. Just gotta decide how you feel about it. Maybe you should kiss her on the cheeks and see how she responds. She kissed your baby. You kissed her. Oh, I thought we was kissing. No, yeah, that's crazy. That was a joke, though, they say. Quick Recording 115 says, if you are concerned about a kiss on the cheeks, you could ask her to stop, but then it would make a weird situation. It's on the cheek, not the lips. I remember being a first time mom. A lady with sutures in her forehead made me nervous for her to be close to my baby. You are not the asshole. There is no telling what your sweet baby came in contact with at the daycare. I'm 73 now. When I babysat a few years back, I gave lots of hugs and forehead kisses. A lot of love from me was given. It all came from my heart. Best wishes to you and your precious family. Faithless Dude 33.9 also says, why the F do people think it's okay to just kiss everyone's babies? And I feel like that, like, what would make you think it's okay to just kiss somebody else's kids? But as they said, culturally, it's a cultural thing for some people. But personally, don't kiss my kids. This drives me absolutely crazy. I would never kiss anyone's baby without their permission, and I would only kiss them if they were family. Why do people feel so entitled to other people's babies? I agree. Like, I would never kiss somebody else's kid. That's crazy to me. But other people don't think so. Trying to, and it's spelled two with a zero for the O. Figure it out. Again, zero with the O says, just speak up. That's all. Bacon underscore oink oink says, I had a very similar thought and set this boundary with our family and ended up upsetting a lot of grandparents. One parent got one grandparent gets cold sores and the other chain smokes. When I noticed my son's daycare teachers giving my baby kisses, it originally irked me. This was a boundary we set with everyone else in our lives, and I didn't think I needed to say anything because he's at a corporate center. However, I ended up deciding to let it go because I know he is loved and cared for, and the teachers haven't shown any signs of cold sores. He's a year old now and has been fine. And then what if they do develop one? Now it's an awkward situation, an awkward conversation because now you got to be like, "Hmm, yeah, can you not kiss my baby? I'm just that, yeah. Now it's the awkward conversation. So that was the last post. And that wraps up this Reddit. Personally, I did not even think about cold sores and other diseases that could be passed through just kissing. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with don't kiss other people kids. And if you do, I would like to know in the comments, how do you feel about people kissing your kids, your new baby, your toddler? How do you feel about that? Considering that you would do it. Thank you so much for watching to my tens and tens of friends. If you're not one of my tens, please join in by clicking the subscribe button. And don't forget to like and comment. That's all I have for now. Bye, Tia.